Today, as part of the session, let's learn about parameters and variables. Okay. Parameters and variables. Okay. What is a parameter? So if you remember yesterday's session, okay. So what we have done, we have created a mapping for the incremental data load. For that, we have created a variable. So if you see this is incremental load, right? So what we have done, we have created variable. How to check the variables? How to go to mapping? How to click on this parameters and variables. So if you want to create any parameter, you can click on this icon. If you want to cut it or if you want to delete it, you can do it from here. If you want to copy paste it, you can use these two icons. So we have created a variable yesterday, right? We have created a variable. So there are how many types are there? There are two types. One is parameter and another one is variable. Okay. Another one is variable. So what is the difference between these two? Both act in the same way, but only difference is it will not change during the session run. Whereas variable, it will change during the session run. Okay. During the session run, it will change. Okay. And if you see here, there is an initial value. And types are, okay. If you see the data types, what you have different data types. Okay. So whenever you are creating integer, the default value will be 0. Whenever you are creating a parameter or variable with a string, then it will be null. With date, what we got yesterday, 1 from 1753 or something we got, right? Yesterday, Ashok, what is the default value we got if you are not giving anything here?
1700 like that, yes.
Yeah, 1753. Some default number will come, but anytime you can initiate with some value here. Whenever you are creating a variable, you can initiate it with some value. So it will start with that particular value. Okay. And whenever you are creating any variables, okay, you want to use that variable for which purpose? You can mention that. You want to use it for maximum purpose or you want to do the aggregation minimum. Yesterday we have used the last run date for identifying the maximum date, right? Because whatever is the highest date, we will consider that. You can create some variable with min aggregation as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So now there is parameters, variables. Parameter is nothing but which it will change during session run. Variable will not change during session run. Clear? Now, if you see, whenever you are creating a new parameter or new variable, okay, it is starting with $2. Okay, it is starting with $2, and then you will have variable name. Okay, you will have variable name and $2 for parameter also. You will have $2 parameter name. Okay. This is the naming convention. Okay. Discard the changes. If you go to expression, okay, there are some predefined. Okay. If you go to this, okay, if you go to the expression, there are predefined variables are there. See here, some built-in variables are there. So for built-in variables, how it is starting? For built-in variables with single dollar it is starting, right? See here, $PM mapping name means what it will do? It will give the mapping name. This one, whatever the mapping which we are running, it will give that mapping name. $PM workflow name, it will give the workflow name, session name. Okay, like that, it will give all the values. Okay, so what we have here, single dollar. Single dollar is for built-in variables. Okay, single dollar is for, these are built-in variables, right? You can see here. These are built-in variables. These are mapping variables. Okay, mapping variables you will have with $2. $2 for user-defined variables. Okay, user-defined or mapping variables. Okay, user defined or mapping variables. Now you got it. So by looking at the dollar itself, you can identify whether it is a predefined or a built-in variable or
Mapping variable.
yes, mapping variable or built-in variable. You can identify this. Okay. So yesterday we have seen one usage of variables, right? Because every time we need not to store the last date, we are just keeping it. See here, set max variable. You are doing this, then automatically it is taking the maximum value of what it is doing.
Last
Maximum
one.
value of these two columns or these two values, last run date or update date, whatever is the maximum, it will take it. Okay. You have set in the same way, you have set variable. What it will do? Sets the specified value into the variable. So whatever the variable that you mention here, whatever the value you mention here, it will pass this value to this particular variable. And set mean variable, it will take the minimum of these two. Okay, returns the minimum aggregation, returns the variables value. Okay, here max we have used. Out of these two, whichever is maximum, it will pass to this variable. In case of min, what it will do? It will pass the minimum value. Okay, and in case of count, what it will do? Increments the value by 1. Whatever the value you are putting here inside this parameter, it will be increased by 1. Okay, clear? So dollar is for built-in variables, $$ is for user-defined mapping variables. Okay, now you got the difference between these two.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and create a mapping and let's see how these mapping variables will work. Okay, so let's try to create 3 to 4 different mapping variables and see these. We have seen set max variable, set min variable, and all of that, right? Let's see how it will affect the variable in those cases. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead and then create a mapping. Okay, create a mapping m underscore variables underscore parameters. Okay, here what you need to do? First, you need to read the data from source, right? You need to read the data from source. So from which one you want to read the data? You want to read the data from a flat file or you want to read the data from a table?
It's up to us.
Okay. So let's go ahead and read the data from a table. Okay. So read the data from a table. So we have a table, employee 24 table is there. All right. Employee 24 table is there. From this, now we want to load the data into target. So for loading the data into target, let's do one thing. From here, let's remove some of the columns which are not required. Let's keep the salary, department name. Okay. All these things, let's remove it so that it will be easy for us to understand. Let's go by using salary basis. Okay. Okay. So let's keep it here like this. And then let's create one target. Okay. Let's create one target here. So let me connect to the database. Create table, target, parameters, variables. Okay. Now what we have ID. Okay. Let's have it ID. Okay. Let's have it as an integer. And then first name. Okay. First name, last name, middle name. What else we have there? Department name, salary, right? Department name, let's add total salary. Okay, let's add total salary. Okay, for this salary, let's try to add. Okay, let's try to add. Okay, bonus. Let's create it as a variable. Okay, what is the bonus? Okay, clear? Bonus, and then what we'll have? We will have to create a min variable, max variable. One is this is for count variable. Okay, this will store from the count variable. Okay, this let's store it from count variable. This let's store it from the parameter because it won't change during the run. Okay, let's keep this total salary. We'll just combine salary plus bonus for this column logic. Okay, for this column logic, let's combine that and max salary. Okay, max salary. This max salary for that particular record. Okay, for that particular record, what is the max salary? We'll get that. We will have it as number. Okay, let's have it. 0, 10, let's have it like this. Okay, max salary, min salary. Okay, minimum salary. What else we have in that? What are the different types of variable settings we have? One is you go to expression, you will be able to
Count.
identify that. Count is there, right? Count is there, min is there, max is there. Anything else you have? Set variable you have. All right.
Yeah.
Set variable you have.
Yeah.
Set variable we have that it won't change because set variable you're setting it. Okay. Let's write it as variable set. Okay. Clear? So now you got all the parameters. It is setting of the variables. These are min variable and max variable, right? Min variable and then max variable. Clear? Shall I go ahead and create this table?
Yeah.
Yes. Now let's go ahead and create the table. Now what we have to do?
We need to
We have
add
to load the yes, we have to load the data into the target, right? Let's import it from the database. So what you have, where it is target parameters variables, right? Let's import that. Let's import that. Okay, you got it. Okay, you got it. Let's add that as a target here. Let's add that as a target here. Where is that parameters and variables? So let me add that here. Okay, so how can you read the data from your here? You can add the SQ override, right? Generate SQL. If you do the generate SQL, because there are no valid fields projected from the source qualifier. Okay. Okay.
admin.
We have not moved anything here. Okay. So instead of keeping it empty, if you are keeping it empty, automatically it will generate the SQL query. And then what it will do? It will run that query, right? So instead of that, you can learn about SQ override. Till now, we are generating the query from here, right? We are generating the query from here. But what you can do? You can directly write the query in your SQL developer, and then you can give that query here. How to do that? Select star from. What is your table?
Target paragraph.
Target is it employee 24 or target is there? Employees April 24 is there. So here from this, what are the columns that you are pulling? First name, last name, middle name, department name, right? First name, okay. First name. What is the other one? Sequence should match. sequence should be correct. Okay. Whatever the sequence you have here, in that sequence only you have to write the column. If you are giving middle name here, for example, and then last name here, what will happen is middle name will go to middle name's position is right. This is the first column. This is second column. Here, what is the second column?
Last name.
Last name. So what it will do? It will consider, it will load the data of, it will consider whatever the data is coming from the second position as last name. Okay. In SQ override, it will work based on the position of the column, position of the port. So whatever the columns you have, if you are writing query manually, make sure that the order is same. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
So here what we need to have? We need to have last name. Then other third one is middle name, and then department name, and then salary you have. Clear?
Yeah.
So from here, how many records you want? Example, where let's read the data, where salary between give me some number 500 and 1100. Okay, let's read only this data. What we got? We got this data. How many records we got? Only 7 records I am getting, because let's understand it, because if you are reading the whole data, it will be somewhat difficult for us to understand this concept. Okay, because for 296 records we have to verify the data. It will take time. So let's go ahead with just sample of records. Clear with this? So copy this and paste it in the SQ override. Okay, you call it as SQ override, source qualifier. You are overwriting the value. Okay, clear? Then press OK, apply, OK. Now here, let's drag and drop all of this. Okay. Now what we need here, if you see here in target, what are the extra columns that we have created? One is ID. ID is counter, right? So for that, we need different parameters, right? So let's create. How many are there here? How many extra columns are there for us? You see here,
4.
One is count variable. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So let's go ahead and create 5 variables. So all of these are not coming from input, right?
Yeah.
All of these are not coming from input. Now, what we need to do?
ID.
What one is ID, correct? One is ID, and the other things are
bonus,
max salary, min salary, right? Bonus.
Yeah. Max sal, min sal.
What is the
Variables.
other one?
Variables.
Okay, we need these 5 columns. For these columns, what we have to do? We have to create variables now. How to create the variables?
Go to mappings, parameters,
parameters and variables. Here, let's create the first variable. So let's give it as first parameter, which is bonus. Okay.
Yeah.
Bonus, it is a parameter, and bonus is of type
number.
Integer, right? And here, what is the initial value? Let's consider as 400 is the bonus. Okay, initial value, that's what we are giving. Okay, and other variables, this is max variable, right?
Variables. Yeah.
Variable underscore. So let's understand this is parameter, right? So P underscore. It is variable, so V underscore. Okay, V underscore. So here, what we have to give?
Max of
max, right? Max variable. Let's give max variable. Then the max variable and For which one it is max? Let's consider the maximum of salary. Okay. Let's try to calculate the maximum of salary. Okay.
Yeah.
And min also.
Min of
Variable
variable.
underscore min salary, for example. Let's give salary here also. Okay. And what is the data type? Salary data type will be, and here aggregation should be min.
Min.
Okay. Now let's calculate the variable. Okay. Variable underscore ID counter. It is a counter. All right. It is counting the number of each and every record. So every time what I have mentioned for count, it will increase the value by 1 every time. And what should be the initial value? 0.
0.
And what should be the minimum value? Let's consider
5.
minimum value is some 900. Let's give. Okay. Minimum value, let's give 900. Max value, some let's give some default value we are giving, right? Some default value we are giving. Okay. Max value we are giving it 800. And min value what we have given 900. Max value, let's give it as 800. And bonus, okay, bonus, let's give, we are giving 400, right? We are giving 400. Okay, instead of 400, let's give 100. I'll tell you why I'm giving like this. Okay, here, because our minimum value, what is there? Our minimum value is here 500 is there. So 500, I'm giving 900, and max salary we have 1100, 1100, 1200, right? So I'm giving 800. Okay, this is fine. This we are giving it as 1. What is the other one we need? Set variable we need, right? Set variable we need. Okay. Set variable we need. Variable underscore. Variable underscore what we have to give? We have set variable. Set variable.
Is it defined pattern or we can do like anything like
Which one?
like P underscore bonus, V underscore maximum, all this. It's defined, predefined.
No, I did not get you.
So I'm saying if when we are going for this max salary, minimum salary, here we are giving the parameters and variables.
Yes,
so,
correct.
Is this the like for every time is it the same process like P underscore bonus or anything like as we remember?
No, we can give any variable as per our requirement. Now we are trying to.
If we want something else to come in the output, we can give like anything.
Yeah, here we are giving initial value. So during the session run, so what is the meaning of a variable? Variable, that means it varies. Parameter, it won't vary. Okay, variable, it varies. So we are giving initial value, and then we'll try to assign something in the expression. So whether it is varying here, varying or not, and how it is varying, you will come to know. Then you can use it based on your requirement. It is just to get an understanding of variables and parameters. That's it. So whenever you are going into the project and whatever is the requirement, there is some requirement that there is some value is changing and you have to consume the latest value, you can go for this variable and then create it. And you can have some initial value and do that.
Same case with the name also, like whatever
Yes, everything.
like
Yeah,
required
everything is user defined. Is there any restriction to give the mapping name? We can give any name, right?
No. Yeah,
is there any
name.
restriction to give the target name, expression name? No, right? So in the same way, variables also.
Okay.
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 Now you get to know, you will understand this one. Okay. Now integer is there. For variable, let's give what we'll give some 20, let's give. Okay. Okay. Now we have set up all the variables, right? Set up all the variables. Now let's add. Okay. Here, what we have to do for this ID, we have to use counter variable, right? Counter variable, right? So before that, what we have to do? Go to functions. What is a counter variable here?
Set count.
Set count variable. And what is the
ID.
ID? Okay. ID counter, right? ID counter. So see here, mapping variables are here, mapping parameters are here. Whereas bonus is a parameter, all these are variables. Okay. So what we are doing here for ID, we are incrementing the counter. What is the use of set count variable? What is the use of set count variable? See here, set count variable increments the variable value by 1. Increment returns the variable's value. So what it will do? It will increment this value by 1. So what is the initial value we have?
0.
0 we have. So it will increase it by 1 and it will give. For the second record, what it will do? It will increase by 1 by plus 1. It will give 2. Like that it will work. Clear?
Yeah.
Validated, successfully validated. Okay. Now for bonus. Okay. Now for bonus. Okay. For bonus, what we are doing here? Bonus. So it's a parameter, right? It's a parameter. Okay. It's a parameter. Nothing can be done here. So what you have to do here? For total salary, you have to calculate. Okay. Total salary. For example, here, bonus will come as a field. And one more, you need total salary, right? Because salary is nothing but your salary plus bonus, right? So what you have to do here? Come here, add total salary. Here, what do you have to do? Decimal, okay? Or integer, you can, anything is fine. Okay, let me give it as decimal. Oh my God, it is not funny. Okay, 10,0. It is output. It is addition of your salary. Okay, addition of your salary. Okay, here expression transformation. Okay, here we have removed it as an input. You have to remove it as an output. Okay, it is not an output. You are not sending it as an output. You are sending salary plus bonus as an output. Where is the bonus? So for parameter, there is no setting. Okay, only for variables you can set max value, min value, or count it. For parameter, you can't do anything. Parameter is nothing but it won't change during the session run. That's the reason it won't provide any function as to change the value. That's what the meaning of parameter. When there is a requirement to hold the value in a particular thing, then you can go for parameter. If it is constant and it won't change, then you can go for parameter. Okay? Clear? Now this one, you have bonus and then you have total salary. Now let's try to calculate. Let's try to calculate
bonus.
Bonus, what we have to give? Bonus, what we have to give? This is
Bonus.
the bonus. Bonus we have to pass. And for max, what we have to do?
Set max variable.
Go to variables, set max variable. Set max variable is accepting. One is first variable and then value. Okay. It will return the max of aggregate, max aggregation. So here, which variable you have to consider here?
Salary.
Max salary. And with which one you have to compare it? You have to compare it with salary. And whichever is maximum one, just pass that to this variable. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Now press OK. In the same way, min salary. Min salary,
Set
what you
min
will do?
variable.
Set min variable.
Min variable.
Go to variables. You will have minimum salary, comma. What do you have? Salary. Okay. Validated. Is validated successfully. Press OK. Is giving something. Okay. No, here salary we need to give. Salary give. Validate. Completed successfully. Okay. And then variable set. Okay. You have to set the variable with some value. So what will happen? Setting the variable. Okay. What it is accepting? One is your variable and then the which value with which value you want to save it. So what is the variable? Set variable. And what is the default value we have given over there? Let's give 100 here. Okay. Let's give 100 or let's give some 50. Okay. Let's set this variable as 50. Okay. Clear? Now let's apply it. Okay. Let's add the columns first name, last name, middle name. Okay. Department name. These are coming in sequence. Where is the ID? Here is the ID. Where is the bonus? Bonus, max salary, min salary, variable side. All of these are there. And then total salary. Clear? So far, any doubts? So far, any doubts? Here in this expression, we are setting the variables exp underscore variables underscore parameters. Okay. Clear so far? Shall I save it?
Yeah.
Arrange all iconic. If you want to validate it, see it is valid. Now save it. Go to repository, click on save or control S. It is valid. Now what we have to do? We have to go and create a workflow. As of now, what we are doing? We are going to workflow designer and then creating a workflow. What is the other way of doing it? You can right click here, generate workflow. What you can do? Right click on this, generate workflow. Okay. Clear? As of now, what we are doing? We are going ahead and creating some session in the existing workflow. If you want to generate workflow automatically from this mapping itself, right click outside of this mapping, generate workflow. See, it is asking workflow within a non-reusable. So reusable session with a let's go with this one. Reusable and non-reusable sessions will be there. I will tell afterwards, but yeah, let's go with non-reusable session for now. It is asking what is the integration service that we need to select. Okay, this is the integration service. Okay, and this is the specify a prefix for the workflow name. Workflow should be prefixed with WF. Specify the prefix for the session name. It should be prefixed with S. If you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, clear? So it is giving, this is the mapping name, this is the session name, this is the integration service. Clear? Next. Okay, it is generated successfully. Okay, and then finish. Workflow generated. Now go to workflow design. Okay, connect it. Open the training folder. Open workflows. New workflow is created here.
Yeah.
You can open it. Now you got it. How to create it? Automatically it was created.
Yeah.
Right. But if you want to add it in the existing session, then you have to come here and then do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now double click on it. Okay. See here, fail parent if this task fails. It is failing. We have discussed about this option, right? Earlier.
Yeah.
Now go to mapping. Go to this. Your source is there. Okay. Your source, it is connected to this database. Your query is there. See here, all the filters are there. Everything is proper. Okay. Now go to target, change it to normal. Okay. See here, everything is fine. Do we need to change anything? Okay.
No.
Save it, repository, click on save, or you can do Control S. Okay. It is valid. Let's go ahead and start the workflow because only one session is there. If you start the workflow, what will happen? Session will run. Now see, it is succeeded, right? It is succeeded.
Yeah.
How many number of records came? 7 records.
7.
By 7, we have read only 7 records. See, our query is working, right?
Yeah.
Got it? How to write the query? How to limit the data? Even though you have so much amount of data, around 300 records in your source table, you will limited it to only 7 records. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Now see what data we have. See, it is an incremental value it gave for ID. So what is this? It is a counter. It is every time it is increasing it by 1. Clear?
Yeah.
Counter, you are clear?
Yeah.
And variable set. What is the default value we have here for the variable? If you go and check the variable, set variable, default value is, what is the default value for this? 20.
20.
But what we have given here, 50. How it came it as 50? How it came as 50 instead of 20? Any idea how it came as 50? Because we have given initial value as 20. And even for ID also, if you see here, this is the ID counter, right? We have given 0. How it gave it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, it incremented by 1.
You have incremented it by 1, right? So that is the value of set count variable. How come for this one it came as 20? But this is fine. Yeah, this one, tell me.
I think when we gave the function there.
Yeah, so we have set the variable here. We have set the variable. So if you go and check here, what is the variable set value we have? 50, right? We are setting this variable as 50. That's the reason it is giving as 50. Okay. What is the minimum salary that we have here? You go to parameters and variables. What is the minimum value we have here? Minimum value, it is 900. Minimum value is 900. Correct?
Yeah.
But here, what you are getting?
500.
500. Why you are getting 500? Total salary is 600. Your minimum value is 900. Out of 600, 900, what should be the value? Here, this is total salary. Sorry. You have salary, right? So what is the salary?
Yeah.
Okay, we are not storing the salary. So salary, how you can get? Total salary minus bonus. Because what we are doing here, ideally we could have stored salary. Okay. We are not storing the salary. For total salary, what is the logic we have here?
Maximum salary plus bonus.
Right? Yeah, we have added bonus. What is the bonus value? What is the bonus? Bonus is 100, right? Bonus is 100.
Yeah.
So the total salary is inclusion of bonus. How you can get the salary here? How you can get the salary?
Total salary minus bonus.
Total salary minus bonus. Bonus as salary. As salary. From keyboard, it is saying, okay. Now you got it. Salary came. You can move it like this. Okay. You can move it like this, whichever column you want. So salary is 500. Your variable value is 900. So which one is the minimum one?
500.
So salary is 500 and your variable value, what is the initial value of your variable?
900.
900. So which is the minimum? Salary 500 is the minimum one. So it will give 500, right? 600, again what you have? 500, right? How it is changed? Value, minimum value is 500 and your salary is 600. Which is minimum again? 500 only. So if you compare it with all of these, 500 is only the minimum one. That is the reason it is giving 500 for your salary.
But we have 1100, right?
We have, see here, we have 1100 and 500, which is the minimum one.
900 we gave the 900.
So we gave initial value as 900. So what we have said, whatever is the minimum out of salary and this variable, we are assigning that to this variable again, right?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of this set minimum variable? What we are doing here? It will take, okay, this is set variable is different. This is minimum. So what it will do? It will take the salary as well as a minimum salary variable. Whichever is minimum, it will assign to this variable, right?
Yeah.
Clear with this? Clear with the logic of this? Yeah, I'll tell. If you are clear with this, first we'll go to the next step. Okay. So out of salary and minimum salary, whichever is minimum, it will be assigned to this particular variable. Okay.
Yeah.
So now to go here for the first record, for the first time, this is the first record, right? For the first
Yeah.
time, what is the minimum salary initial value?
900.
900. And it will compare 900 with the salary. Which is the minimum one?
500.
500. So it assigned the variable value as 500. Now your variable value is not 900, it is 500. Okay.
Yeah.
Now next for second record, it will compare with 600. Which one is minimum?
500.
500. It gave 500. Again, it will compare with the 700. Which one is minimum?
500.
500. So is it?
So why should we take the previous one? For everything, 500 is not minimum.
No, it will everything, because 500 is the minimum, right? Out of these these values, out of the, if you compare with the variable value. So okay, let's go ahead and check the max. You will understand. Okay. So what is the initial value of your maximum variable?
900.
Maximum variable is 800, right?
800.
Max variable is 800. So what it will do? First, it will check this 500 with 800. Which one is maximum one?
800.
800.
800. So now your max variable value is how much?
800.
First, what is the value? What is the initial value?
800.
Initial value is 800. And now you are getting 600. So even if you compare it with 600, which one is higher? 800 is higher.
800.
So it will assign 800. It will go to the next record. For the next record, what is the value?
600.
600 is higher or 800 is higher?
800.
800. So you got 800. Now it will go to the third record. 700 higher or 800 higher?
800.
800. So it will keep the value as it is. Okay. Now it will come to the fourth record. 800 is higher or 800 is higher? Both are same.
800.
So it will keep the maximum value. So max is nothing but again same. Again, it will come and check with the 900. So with 900 is higher or 800 is higher?
900.
900. So what it gave here?
900.
900. So now it will compare this 900 with 1000. Which one is higher?
1000.
1000. Now it will set the value as 1000. Right? It set the value as 1000. Again, it will come to the last record. It will compare here 1500. Sorry, 1100. So 1100 is higher or 1000 is higher?
1100.
1100. So it will pass that value here. Clear? You are clear with max salary?
Yeah.
Now see here
Yeah.
with min salary. Min salary, what you have? What is the initial value? 900.
900.
900 is higher, lower, or 500 is lower?
500.
500. And after that, do you have anything less than 500? So if you compare
Yeah.
with 500, which one will become lesser?
500.
500. So 500 is coming. You are clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the use when we are in the projects? What is the use in this case? We don't have
Whenever
any
you want
use.
to identify, for example, you have set of values. Okay, you have set of values. You want to identify what is the minimum value coming out of it. And you want to store it somewhere and you want to keep it like that, then you will go for it. Okay. If you want to identify the minimum values out of the two, then only you will go for this requirement. Otherwise, you will not go for this requirement. Okay.
Yeah.
So now how to see these are the values. You have a table you are storing in the table. That's the reason you are able to see it. But our initial values we can see here. But now these variables are not holding the initial values, right?
Yeah.
Your min is holding 500, your max is holding 1100, your count is holding 7, your set variable is holding 50 now, right?
Yeah.
Right? How to check those values? So if you go to session, right click, view persistent values. Now here you can see here, what are the current values?
Yeah.
If you want to reset it, you can reset so that those will go to initial. But if you don't reset, these will stay as it is. Okay? This will stay as it is. So now let's do one thing. Let's go and update the data and then see what will happen. Okay, let's go and update the data. What will happen? Update update. What you will have, update salary. Okay, update, or you should not update it here because you are getting the data from your employee 24, right? How to update the data over there for these things. So what we can do is keeping this 500 as it is. 800 bonus, it is not changing because it's a parameter. Okay, that you are clear, right? With the bonus, you are clear. Now let me change these two values. Okay, let me change these two values in update employee. What is that? Employee 24. Set salary equal to, salary is 900, right? Where salary equal to 900, where salary equal to 900, where salary equal to 900, let's change it to some 200, for example. That will become, this minimum will become change right here. That is the case.
Yeah.
You got it? Why I'm
Yeah.
changing? I have changed this one. Again, let's change wherever the salary is. You are getting max, right? Max is 1100. So you will be getting 1100 here. Now it is 1100. 1100. Wherever the salary is 700. Let's make it as. What we make it as 1500. Okay. Wherever it is 700, let's make it as 1500. Only these two values we need to set, and variable set, I think it won't change because we have to change the mapping. Bonus, this is fine. Bonus, you are doing this. Okay. Set variable, only this min and counter. Counter is fine. Okay. Let me commit it. Now let me rerun the session. Now it is successful.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it is successful. Oh, sorry. What it did, we got only 5 records. Why? Because our logic is this. You got it?
Yeah.
Why we got only? Because
Yeah.
we are getting only 500, 1100. So there is no way like you can get it again. Again, it will give the same value. So what we need to do now, we have to get it from, what is the minimum value we have given? 200, right? From 200 to 1600, let's give. Okay, from 200 to 1600, let's give. Where we need to give, we have to give it in the mapping, or you can overwrite it. You can overwrite it here so that it will take from session only. Okay, if you want to change anything on the fly here, you can change it here. 200, 1500. Okay, 200, 1500. And let me do something. Order by first name. Okay, order by first name. Let me do this. Okay, save it, run it. Now go to monitor. Now you got 24 records. Now see it. What happened here? First you got 7 records and then you got 5 records, right? Now after that, see here, you are from here, okay, from 13. This is the latest data, right? Let me get the data from 13, where ID greater than or equal to 13. Okay. So this is the new data that you got. What is your salary? What is your salary here? Your salary is 1200. What you have over there? 1100, right? So which is maximum one?
Yeah.
What is maximum? 1200 is maximum. So it will come, right? So Now 1200 is compared with 1500. So 1500 maximum it came. So is there anything which is greater than 1500 here?
No.
So that's the reason every time it will go with 1500 only. Now for salary, you are clear with this one, right?
Yeah.
Now salary, go to minimum salary. Minimum salary, what is the value we have earlier? 500. So 500 is compared with 1200, which is minimum 500.
Fine.
So do you have anything here which is less than 500? See here, 1100, then
200.
200. So you have 200. It is changed to 200, right?
Yeah.
And after that, do you have any value which is less than 200?
400, 300, we didn't get 300.
300 is less than 200.
Not less than 200, it's less than 500.
Yeah, but we are looking for minimum one, right?
Minimum one.
For max one, see here, once it is changed to 1500, if we find any value which is greater than 1500, then it will assign that. But do you have any value which is greater than 1500 here?
No.
No. So it will keep the 1500 value. And once it changes to 200, do you have any value which is less than 200 here?
No.
No. So it is keeping it. So your variable, whatever you are setting up, only it is keeping that. And your bonus also, it is parameter, it will keep like that. You got it? Difference between different variables and how to use set max variable, min variable, count variable. And see your counter is getting increased, right? So without using sequence generator, if you are getting any interview question, without using sequence generator, how can you generate the sequence value? By using
the count variable.
By using the count variable. By using a variable, and you have to use the set count variable function. Clear?
Yeah.
So any doubts in today's session? What we have done? You have created a variables. How to create the variable? You have to go to mappings.
Go to
On parameters and variables. There are different variables that we can create. Parameters and variables. Parameter won't change at any point of time. Variables. Variable meaning itself is saying like vary. And these are initial values. Once you run the session, if you want to look at the variable values, what are the latest variable values? You have to come here, right click on the session, view persistent values. Now you can see here 36, 50, 200, 1500. If you want to reset it, click on reset. Okay.
Yeah.
Any doubts?
No.
Okay, then let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.